Hi, I'm Lou. Welcome to my LouTube. I'm in Orlando, Florida, and it's boiling. I had a great time last night at the Polynesian. We went to Trader Sam's, had a few cocktails. Consequently, I haven't got up early and gone out before the sun came up this morning, so it's hot. But that's okay. I'm lucky to be here and I'm having a great time. There are some clouds, so I'll try and stay under them. Probably not my best idea wearing all black, but hey. I'm not even going to pretend that I'm going to get up early tomorrow morning either. I'm heading to Epcot today with Trey. I'm taking him for lunch in the France section. Pretty excited about that. And then we're hitting a piano bar with Rob tonight, which is always super fun. In this video, I'm going to tell you about my crazy, amazing summer plans, starting with the Tour de France Femmes. As a bunch of you know, the Tour de France Femmes is the women's version of the Tour de France, and it has a really special place in my heart. In 2019, I formed a team called the Internationals, 10 of us, amateur riders, all women from a few different places in the world, came together and we rode the full route of the men's Tour de France, all 21 stages, the day before the men, to prove that there should be a women's version of the race. The female pros should have the right to their own race of prestige and awesomeness of the Tour de France. We got international recognition and created a lot of media interest. Consequently, the ASO couldn't ignore the campaign, and sure enough, there's now a women's Tour de France. It started last year and we headed down there as a group and had a lot of fun. So of course we're going back this year, heading down with a few of the Internationals, Katie Kookaburra. We're gonna have a great time. So if you're gonna be in France, let me know. Love to ride and or party with you. Gonna be hanging out with our friends from Zwift, and also just had it confirmed that I'm gonna be doing some work with Sun God. They sponsor the Live Racing female pro team, and they've asked me to go with them for a day in the team car, meet all the pros. I'm so excited. I did it last year. It was so much fun. I found the bottle hand-ups extremely stressful, but it was super cool to be that involved in the action. I'd never been in a team car before. It's a lot more fun than riding the stage yourself. Obviously, I'll do a bunch of videos when we're on the Tour de France Femmes, and especially on that day when I'm with the pro team. The rest of my summer travel plans are so complicated, I can't tell you about them while I'm riding. So I'm gonna get my training done, then I'll stop and tell you all the places we're going. It's pretty bonkers. Okay, training done. Oh my, I'm a sweaty mess. I reckon I probably actually taste like a margarita. Anywho, travel plans for this summer. The main goal was to get to New Zealand, where my sister lives. She lives in Auckland with her 3 daughters and husband, and I've been wanting to go and visit for ages. Rob and I went about 5 years ago. My boys have never been, so really wanted to go this summer. Even though it's their winter, it's when we've got the most amount of time to travel with the boys off school. So, heading to New Zealand, which is very exciting. Rob's in charge of booking the tickets, and he flies a lot, so has built up quite a lot of air miles with American, so wants to travel on American partner airlines and use up some air miles. Now, when you use air miles, you don't always get to go the most direct route, so we are traveling round half the world. We fly from London to LA, we go from LA to Chicago to Houston. We spend a few days in Houston catching up with Rob's family. We then go back to LA to spend a few days there. So I'm hoping to ride with LAPD again and my friends Lucy and Ananda. We then go on to Auckland via Sydney. We're only in Sydney for about 4 hours on the way there. Spending 2 weeks in Auckland. I would love to ride with people when I'm in Auckland. So if you live out there, please let me know. I think with the amount of places we're going to be traveling, I'm not going to take a bike because way too much could go wrong or it get lost. So I'm hoping to be able to borrow a bike in LA and in Auckland. So if you can help me out with that, please give me a shout. That would be really, really cool. I've got a bike in Houston that I'll be using when I'm there, but LA and Auckland, I do need a bike. So there for 2 weeks. I'm hoping the weather won't be too terrible, but I actually don't really mind because the main goal is to catch up with my sister and family, so really can't wait for that. After our 2 weeks there, we head home, but we don't go straight home. We go back via Sydney, and we're actually going to be in Sydney for 10 hours, so we'll get out of the airport and maybe go and see the bridge. I've got a couple of friends in Sydney, one of the internationals, JA, lives down there, and Danny from Giro will be living back there as well, so maybe catch up with those guys. We then go to Hawaii for a day. I'm so excited to go there. Going to Honolulu. I'm hoping to be able to hire some sort of beach bike or something, go for a little ride, and then back to LA. And we're there for a couple of days, so I hope to ride again, see some more friends when we're there, and then finally back to London. That whole trip is going to take about a month, even though we're only in New Zealand for 2 weeks. The rest of the time we're traveling, Houston, LA, that kind of stuff. So yeah, crazy travel. And then the day I get home, I'm going straight on the tour of Britain as a ride leader with my coach Michelle and Dan Martin. It's a cool hospitality gig where you can ride the last 50k of each stage of the tour of Britain with Dan Martin and then get into hospitality and watch the race finish. So I'm going to be ride leading for that. I did it last year, but it was before I'd started YouTubing, so none of it's online. So it'll be pretty cool to bring you on all of that because it is super fun. So that's my summer plans. If you're in any of those places, please give me a shout, give me some recommendations. If you can help me out with a bike, that'd be wicked. Now, I'm a salty mess. I need to go and have a cool down shower and get ready for the rest of today's plans, which is some travel around the world at Epcot and Disney, starting with lunch in France at the creperie there. Unfortunately, my friend Eric, who works there, is away this week, so I won't get to see him, but we should have some yummy food. And I will take you around a few of the other spots around the world at Epcot, see how many places you can recognise. But for now, thank you for watching. Thank you for the comments and likes and for subscribing, and I'll see you all really soon. Have a lovely day. Feels like home.